The humid Jamaican air, thick with the scent of pimento wood smoke and distant blooming frangipani, clung to Kenya's skin as he stood beside the rusting hulk of his grandfather's ancient Toyota Hilux. At 16, Kenya was a lean, sun-kissed testament to island life, his movements fluid as the tides, his mind often drifting to the rhythms of dancehall beats or the mysteries of the vast blue Caribbean Sea. But today, his focus was riveted on the vehicle before him, not just any vehicle, but the vehicle that promised freedom, independence, and a rite of passage, the driving lessons. Kenya had anticipated this day since he was small, watching his grandfather, Pops, effortlessly navigate the winding, pockmarked roads of their rural parish. Now, with his 16th birthday just a whisper behind him, the moment had arrived. But as he surveyed the beige pickup, nicknamed the General for its unwavering loyalty and venerable age, a flicker of trepidation joined the thrill. This wasn't one of those new, smooth automatic cars he'd seen in Kingston. This was a standard, a stick shift, a beast with a mind of its own, demanding a complex ballet of foot and hand he'd only vaguely understood from afar. And his grandfather, with his stern but kind eyes, was to be his maestro. Pops, a man whose skin was etched with the stories of 8 decades under the tropical sun, observed his grandson with a knowing twinkle. His voice, a gravelly rumble softened by years of laughter, cut through the midday cicada hum. "All right, me little Bretta, time for learn for handle de beast. But dis ain't no automatic, ya understand. Dis one demand respect. It demand feelin'." Kenya nodded, his throat suddenly dry. The General, with its faint paintwork, a dented fender that told tales of forgotten encounters, and an engine that had seen more sunsets than Kenya on birthdays, seemed to hum with an almost sentient presence. Its interior, though worn, was meticulously clean, smelling faintly of old leather and Pop's favorite pipe tobacco. The dashboard, a testament to simpler times, housed only essential dials. The steering wheel, large and thin, felt warm under Kenya's touch. But it was the gear stick, sprouting from the transmission tunnel like a metal stalk, capped with a faded black knob, and the trio of pedals on the floor, accelerator, brake, and the infamous clutch, that held Kenya's complete, bewildered attention. "First thing, Kenya," Pops began, settling into the driver's seat with the practiced ease of a man merging with his machine. "Ya have to know the heart of the thing." He pointed a gnarled finger at the clutch pedal, positioned on the far left. "Dis, me son, this is where the real lessons start. This ain't just a pedal, it's a feelin', a connection between you and the engine. It's what make the gears talk to the wheels, or else them just grumble and fight." Kenya slid into the passenger seat, his heart thrumming. He watched Pops press the clutch to the floor with his left foot, demonstrating the full depression. "When dis pedal down," Pops explained, his voice patient, "the engine and the wheels dem separate. Dem free for move independent. That's when you can change the gear. When you take your foot off slow, like you caressin' a baby, the engine and the wheels dem start for hold hands again, and that's when the car start for move." He made it sound poetic, a dance. But as Kenya took his turn behind the wheel, the reality was anything but graceful. He adjusted the seat, his lanky legs feeling awkwardly long, and gripped the steering wheel with white knuckles. Pop sat beside him, calm and composed. "All right, press the clutch all the way down." Kenya pressed. It felt stiff, requiring more force than he anticipated. "Now, put it in first gear." Pops guided Kenya's hand to the gear stick. It felt heavy, clunky. Kenya pushed it forward and left. It slotted with a mechanical thunk. "Good. Now the trick, me son. Your right foot on the accelerator. Just a little bit of gas. Just enough for hear the engine wake up. Not too much, or it will roar like a mad bull." Kenya gave a tentative press. The engine, a robust 4-cylinder, coughed to life, settling into a low growl. "Now," Pops continued, "the dance. Slow, Kenya, slow. Release the clutch, just a little bit. You will feel it. The car want for move. That's the bite point. Hold it there. Don't move your foot." Kenya tried. His left foot, accustomed to the easy rhythm of walking, suddenly felt like a clumsy appendage. He released the clutch too quickly. The engine roared, then choked and died. Silence. Then a chuckle from Pops. See? The beast demand patience. It ain't gonna jump for your command. It needs persuasion. They repeated the process. Clutch down, first gear, light accelerator, then the slow release of the clutch. Kenya's foot trembled. He felt a slight vibration through the pedal, a subtle pull from the car. That must be the bite point. He tried to hold it, but then his foot slipped a fraction, or he gave too much gas or not enough, and the engine died again, sometimes with a lurch that made his teeth clatter. The sun beat down relentlessly in Pops's spacious yard, baking the red earth. Dust, disturbed by Kenya's numerous aborted starts, rose in miniature clouds. Sweat trickled down Kenya's temples, stinging his eyes. His initial enthusiasm was rapidly giving way to a frustrating mix of embarrassment and self-doubt. How could something so simple for Pops be so impossible for him? "Relax, Kenya," Pops said, his voice softer this time. "It's like patting your head and rubbing your belly at the same time. It's coordination. Your brain and your feet, dem hafti learn for sing the same tune. It will come." But it didn't come easily. For the rest of that first weekend, Kenya stalled the general perhaps 100 times. He ground the gears, making sounds that resembled a tortured animal. He smelled the faint, acrid scent of burning clutch, a smell Pops assured him was a normal part of the learning curve, but which made Kenya feel like he was doing irreparable damage to the old truck. By the time the sun dipped below the distant blue mountains, painting the sky in fiery hues of orange and purple, Kenya was exhausted, his left calf aching, his spirit a little bruised. "Don't worry, mi breda," Pops said, clapping him on the shoulder as they walked back to the house. "Tomorrow is another day. The beast will be waiting." The next Saturday morning, Kenya approached the general with a sense of dread mixed with grudging determination. The memory of the previous weekend's failures still smarted. He imagined the car mocking him, its silent presence daring him to try again. "What we're learning today, Pops?" Kenya asked, trying to sound more confident than he felt. "Today, we gonna dance a little more with the clutch, but we gonna add a step," Pops announced. "We gonna try to move the car, not just stall it." Kenya sighed. More clutch. The elusive bite point. He settled into the driver's seat, the worn fabric familiar now. Clutch down, first gear engaged. He pressed the accelerator, listening for the engine's sweet spot. Then the slow, agonizing release of the clutch. This time he didn't stall immediately. The general shuddered, lurched forward a foot or two, then stalled. Progress, albeit tiny. "Better," Pops exclaimed, genuinely pleased. "You feel that? That's the car trying to move. You just need to hold that bite point longer, let the engine build up a little power, and then gently, finish release the clutch." They spent the entire morning on this one maneuver, starting from a dead stop. Over and over, Kenya pressed, released, revved, stalled. The dust swirled around them. Chickens, accustomed to the general's erratic movements, scattered with squawks of protest. The sun climbed higher, relentless. By lunchtime, a miracle occurred. Kenya managed to move the general 10 feet without stalling, then 20, then an entire lap around Pops's wide, flat yard. It wasn't smooth. It was jerky, hesitant, the engine often protesting with a low growl, but it was moving. He was controlling it, however imperfectly. A grin, wide and unselfish, spread across Kenya's face. "I did it, Pops! I moved it!" Pops smiled, a deep, crinkled smile that reached his eyes. "See? I tell you it would come. Patience, me son, patience." That afternoon, they practiced clutch control on a slight incline near the edge of the property. This was a new level of difficulty. The car wanted to roll backward. Kenya had to hold the brake, then quickly switch to the accelerator while simultaneously finding the clutch's biting point, all without stalling or rolling back too far. It felt like trying to juggle 3 flaming torches while riding a unicycle. He failed, of course, many times. The car rolled back dangerously close to a mango tree, prompting a sharp, "Watch the tree, Kenya," from Pops. But by the end of the day, he managed a few precarious starts on the hill, the thrill of each successful, albeit wobbly, electrifying him. The exhaustion was still there, but now it was a satisfying ache, a testament to effort and a glimmer of achievement. Over the next few weekends, the pattern continued. Every Saturday and Sunday morning, the general became Kenya's classroom, Pops his unwavering, patient teacher. The dust in the yard knew his footprint. The mango tree bore witness to his struggles and triumphs. Week 3 saw Kenya mastering the first gear. He could start and stop fairly smoothly now, the clutch feeling less like a foreign object and more like a sensitive instrument. The smell of burning clutch diminished, replaced by the faint, earthy scent of disturbed soil. "Now, Kenya," Pop said one hot Saturday, "it's time for change gears. The car ain't built for stay in first gear forever. It needs for breathe, for stretch its legs."